We're back. We had to take a short commercial break, get ourselves right. We before we left, We're talking to Kurt Rich, you guys. Kurt has Kurt has driven in from the ATL on some business and decided that he was going to stop by to see stop by the Blue Rock Chronicles to see me, and so far good, and sit on our show today. And we're so happy to have you. So this is my special birthday edition of Deep Table Talks with Kings, right? So glad you're here, Kurt. We were talking just a little bit about parties, beauty, and vetting.
Right.
All right. So I was saying earlier, Kurt was saying how beauty has been almost a prerequisite now of vetting, right? Is that what I understood?
Right.
A prerequisite of vetting. So if you don't look the part,
right,
or what have you, you're not going to.
Well, I feel like two things can be true: beauty and also accessibility. Those things are, the level of accessibility you have will basically be a factor of getting inside the community. That's for sure.
Yeah,
accessibility is very, very extremely high. Extremely high. That's what I've noticed now.
So you said two words. You said aesthetics and accessibility.
Correct.
So aesthetics and accessibility, and so basically, how aesthetically pleasing you are,
right,
the more access you have,
right,
and it makes total sense. And it's not anything new, right?
Right, it's not new. It's not new.
The good-looking people, seem to get the record deals or whatever.
Correct.
And may not even have the talent,
as
the next person.
Are you marketable?
So so how do you think we've become that commercial?
Well,
and you've been here 10 years, right?
Been here 10 years plus, actually became commercial behind I guess greed. The promoters have infiltrated the LS community. Promoters have infiltrated it, and the more individuals, the more money they can make, and that's what it's turned to now. It used to be very discreet. It used to be extremely discreet.
It's become commercial promoter.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. I can see that.
Right.
Also, because that's kind of the role, not the role I have taken, but not to the extreme, right?
Correct.
So I still want to deal in the LS. I still want to commune with LS people, like-minded folk, right? But I also do see that there is, can you say ludicrousy? I see that there is opportunity,
correct,
to build on the brand,
right?
So, but I think there's a way that you do it. I think that you need to have a solid foundation. You need to make sure that this is, a place that you want to do that in. Like, are you comfortable in this space? Are you really LS? And before you delve into the different parts of it. Because it can be, like my motto, there's enough out here for all of us to eat.
Right.
So I want people to realize that it's not just parties.
Correct.
It's not just, screwing.
Correct.
There's more to it.
Right.
Can you talk to, because you've been in it 10 years, right?
So when I started out, it was a lot more. It was based on transactional energy of who you are as an individual. There was a lot of time to get to know individuals too, and it was also security of a private space. So it was a great party, even if there wasn't any type of intercourse happening, because in the same instance, you were able to come together in a safe place. You're able to experience more things that it's not just based on intercourse. Like, hey, we all come over. This is like a family. It felt like a family, and you appreciated that. Because as far as us and how we are as Black people, and growing up, we can respect anything that feels like home. You take your shoes off. So.
And you have your shoes off.
Yes, I do. Out of respect.
Hey, how the Blue Bra Betty feels about her white. Y'all know that, right?
Right. I didn't get that pinch and twist when I grew up on the pinch with the twist. I can do it a pinch. That twist takes me all the way back.
Twist. And don't let them have no fingernails. They're going to
Oh,
twist it right.
man. I'm trying to sit up straight in church right now.
That's another thing.
Yeah.
A lot of us grew up in church.
Correct.
A lot of us grew up in church. A lot of us have that background.
Right.
And that's one of the things I think sometimes makes people in Ellis uncomfortable when those church people get to talking about it.
Right.
But you can't help what's in you, right?
Right.
So we tend to talk about it, but then we tend to digress a lot of times for not wanting to offend who's in the room or whatever.
Right.
But what y'all have to understand is Christians is people too.
Right.
Like people that are, have a spiritual or religious background or whatever are people too. And we go through those same types of urges and situations as everybody else. So
I think as time has went on, sorry to cut you
No,
off.
I want you to speak.
I think as time has went on, I mean, this is the year of pulling the curtain back. And we have noticed that between every aspect of life, whether it be the minister, the church, or even family members and acquaintances, everything, nothing's hidden no more.
Yeah.
This is year 25. We're a quarter into the millennium.
You called it the year of what?
This is 2025.
Uh-huh.
We're a quarter into the millennium.
Wow.
So therefore,
I've also called it the year of exposure.
It is. It definitely is.
It's definitely a year of exposure. And I think a lot of things that were out swept under the rug. I said the other day, you can only sweep so much under the rug until it starts to show.
Correct.
Eventually, you're going to have to pick that rug up and shake that shit out,
right? Right.
Because it's showing.
Mm-hmm.
The old folks used to say your slip is showing.
Right.
That meant we could see what you're trying to hide.
Right. I think another biggest thing behind it, we're like anybody who's lived to see this and still, on the right side of the ground, we've lived through a millennium, and that the next generation probably won't be able to do that.
Oh my goodness!
You thought about that?
We
lived the 2000,
again,
and then we're 25 years.
The background is a spiritual background, so I definitely see what you're talking about. Y'all, what's good? So we got Q out here watching. Hey, Q, that's my little brother through Stacy. DJ Desi Lynn is watching. Hey, Ty.
Desi in there.
We're gonna have Desi in the house real soon.
Okay.
We had to reschedule with Desi, but we know we can't wait to have her. She's such a beautiful lady. Yeah. Inside and out, she's definitely gorgeous. Y'all, if y'all see me swatting, we have a gnat that just won't quit, and that's because Mr. Curry smelling all sweet in here with this YSL. You say no wrong.
Right.
What's good? Hey, and Tice. Hey, Ansel, I need to get with you. I got some things that I need to talk to you about. And hey, Nala. So we got some folks watching. Y'all don't skimp on the questions. If you have anything to say to Kurt, please ask. Kurt has come all the way from Duluth, from Georgia, to come and spend some time with the Boudoir Baddie on the Boudoir Chronicles here at 8 p.m. on Mondays. So this is a special edition because it's not Monday, and thank God it's not Monday. It's been a week.
This is the release. We get to unwind and enjoy the weekend. It's 4-day weekend. Yeah. So
this is Memorial Day weekend, isn't
it? Right.
Yay! So I'm so happy for that. So we were talking about vetting and how we're not doing much of that anymore.
That's not. I think it's tough. Vetting is so important, but I understand that the people who are.
Why aren't we doing it anymore?
Because the people were let in that's in the crowd now, they weren't vetted. So therefore, the new individuals they bring on, they're not vetting either.
They don't know how to vet.
They don't know how to vet. And truthfully, nobody's pulling that new person to the side and saying, hey, let me explain how these things go. It's a hack at this party.
And our slip is showing.
Right. It's like, hey, I got this party going on. Hey, what do you like? Okay, hey, show up. Don't worry about it. Come on up here. Mm-hmm. That's what it is now. It's now the exclusive exotic kickback. That's what it is.
The exclusive exotic kickback.
Right.
You heard it here on the Boudoir Chronicles. This is a special edition. We're doing Deep Table Talks with Kings, and I have Kurt Rich here with me, and he has come in from Duluth, Georgia, and on business, and decided to stop by. Kurt is one of the guys who I have always wanted to talk to. Like, you know, Boudoir, but you know me, I'm a little shy. So I ain't never really just branch out too much, but you seem to be doing a lot. You take pictures, you're showing us what you're doing,
right.
and what is that? Are those LS events? Or are those events you?
That was just honestly. I've done LS event pictures. I've done a lot of things when it comes to that. I don't just keep it closed just to one thing.
Yeah,
because it was a hobby for me. So
LS was a hobby.
No pictures.
Oh, so you're a photographer?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a hobby for me. I didn't want to go into it on another level because I wanted to keep my hobby something I would jump into and jump out of and jump into.
So that you can continue to enjoy it.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. I didn't want to turn into a 9 to 5.
Okay, so do you take, what type of photographs are you interested in?
Boudoir. Remember the Boudoir Chronicles?
Boudoir! It is not Boudoir! Boudoir. It is French.
Boudoir, French.
It is French for the bedroom.
Right.
The bedroom, the woman's closet. Just back there cracking up.
No, but
I think your crown getting.
Yeah, you know. Hey, listen. I don't know who made this drink.
I did. I made that for you.
No, but so I mean, I've done everything when it comes to photography.
So you do the boudoir pics as well.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
I jump in and jump out. But
right.
when it comes to the LS community, over the years, of course, me being vetted coming in and then seeing how it's lax, I think we have more control over the atmosphere. And we kept a lot of things, it was low risk.
Yeah.
It was very much low risk.
Yeah, it's getting risky now, isn't it?
It's
a lot of things are happening.
Right,
a lot of things are going. Because we talked about it. It's a year of exposure.
Right.
A lot of things are coming out that where you thought, you know, it might have been okay, but you're really going to find out this person's kind of doing some crazy stuff. And you just, I say, everybody, look, I'm my bad. I'm on the train. Disassociate yourselves with things that are not moral. Okay.
Right.
Now, I'm not going to. I don't know what's moral for everybody. I know what's moral for me, and I will disassociate because I don't get. We're professionals out here too. Right. There's a lot of us who are doing professional things, and we don't want that to cross into that avenue, right?
Correct.
Can you talk about what you do for them?
I'm a CDL truck driver.
Okay.
I'm a CDL truck driver.
All right. So what is your route? Is your route local or are you everywhere?
So I try to differentiate between hopping either OTR, which is everywhere.
I'm fixing to go with that, right?
But I've been more local and at home because home has been calling me the most because they need to be at the house.
Okay. And is that lucrative?
Oh, yeah. It's very lucrative. It's very lucrative. It's very lucrative when you got 2 incomes, period.
Right.
So,
well, you can't hardly live nowadays without a 2-person income at least.
The more money you make,
you
just basically handle more things.
Yeah.
It's just, but we can, black people and other people outside of black people, just period, poverty, you know. I remember in my mind, I'm like, oh man, when I make this $10 an hour, I better handle this. I made $10 an hour and I needed to make 15. When I made 15, I need to make 20. And when I make 7, I need to make more. So
but you know our minimum wage is still $7.25.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy.
Remember, minimum wage in Cali is not that.
No, but the cost of living in Cali is not that. Cali it's expensive. So when we went to So Far Good and I went to Cali in March. I filmed this woman getting an ice cream cone. It was $6.50 for a chocolate dipped cone.
Yeah, it's like a gallon of gas.
That's crazy.
That's
crazy to me.
Matter of fact, a gallon of gas here is like what?
Like a gallon of gas about $3.05 right
now. Is that the same price for an ice cream cone?
Yeah, about $2.90.
So yeah, and $6 is actually what it is for gas, a gallon of gas in Cali.
Yeah, that's crazy. And Cali's pretty small, so I know that. I guess the land, like I don't understand the cost of living thing. I'm a little. I don't know. I'm a businesswoman. I don't know about that cost of living, but I do know that the cost of living, their minimum wage is like $15, $16, $17 an hour, something like that.
Right.
But it's commensurate, but we're all still struggling.
Yeah.
It's not any different. Like
it's not no different.
Yeah.
No different.
Ryan says, I come to ATL and you in DFW.
You got to let me know in advance. You got to let me know, bro, in advance. Let me know when so when we can meet up and make this happen. You in my backyard. I'm in your backyard.
That's the first thing. That's the first thing I said. I said, Ryan is over there. Y'all just did this.
Right. Come on now.
Okay, y'all. So I'm here talking to Kurt, who smells delicious. He has on some YSL, right? He says YSL. Right. And we're not gonna be plugging for y'all YSL, but it do smell good. Thank you. I think it has to go on that. Right. The chemistry, right?
Mm-hmm. Body chemistry. Yeah, that body chemistry. Pheromones. Yeah, gotta be on top of it. Yeah.
It do smell good, ladies. Y'all, ladies. Kurt. Kurt, okay, so we have been talking about just the LSC. Kurt said he's been in it 10 years, and it's totally different. Everybody says that it's different from where it used to be. The vetting is different. Kurt, you were actually vetted, right?
I was vetted. I've signed NDAs. Okay. I've been to parties that NDA had to be there. No cell phones put up on a point of entry. Of course, aliases with names and stuff like that.
Even aliases.
Oh yeah, big time. And there's a few, but during my time, I think it was like a text message or email would pop up. Mm-hmm. And of course, this wasn't disclosed location until we got close to the time. Mm-hmm. And then from there, which they still happen, but it's not that many as it used to be. It seems like those individuals have turned into senators and retired from the position. Like they're senators. Yeah, they've retired from the position.
To senators.
Yeah. So they've retired from the position. A lot of them have.
And so it's interesting that you talk about that, because that's one of the things that I wanted to try to take back. Not that I've been around LS. I've only been in 3 years, but it's always that lifestyle has always been in me. I just didn't know what to call it. I didn't know what it was. Right. Having been married for so long, I didn't know anything about this. I saw Eyes Wide Shut and thought, oh my God, what's going on? Mm-hmm. And I didn't know that was anything that was ever like that. Right. So when I saw it, I was like, oh, that's crazy. Yeah. So I always talk about Al Songbird, because Al is one of the ones, he's like one of the guys that I look up to in this mentorship type thing, as far as music producing. And he's, Al is very wise, and Al has a good head on his shoulders as far as talking about just what's real and what's not. So he would bring me on his show and everything. And so the first show that I did with Al, I actually just out of my mouth and ended up coming out. Right. So, that was just like last year, coming out, realizing for myself at that time, I'm LS. Right. I'm a church girl. Right. I've been raised a Christian. Right. I raised my kids that way. Right. I sang in the choir. Like I'm a minister. I'm licensed to preach. Like, what's going on? So I say that to say there are so many of us out here, but what we're trying to do is live truthfully, live our life and not be judged by how we live it. Right. Right.
And that was one thing about it. Between being in the church or whatever religion you are, these people still have these same urges. That's why you have so many different types of scandals behind closed doors that's been covered up, because of the aspect these people are suppressing who they are. Yeah. And because society has basically created that box where they have to do that.
Notes when Kurt talks.
So that's happens all the time. But
I like that you said suppressing.
They are suppressing. There's a lot. That's the reason why there's so many scandals, because people are suppressing and trying to appease the public.
Hey, Liz. Liz, that's
What's
my
up,
girl.
y'all?
We out here
What's up,
talking.
Liz?
Liz said, "Mr. Hysterectomy." What?
Oh!
Yes.
What does she mean?
We gonna get there. We gonna get there. We gonna get there. Liz said you used to have to get a code back in the day.
That's correct. That's correct.
To get in.
Right.
Okay, a code. Hey, Nikki. Hey, Miss Parker.
Right.
She says, "Good evening," Miss Yolanda does. And Nikki said, "Hey, tripod."
What's up, man? Hey.
What are y'all saying?
They know me at a different level. Hey, remember I said NDA? I said, discreetness. You know what I mean?
All of a sudden, my teeth start itching.
Discreet.
That's what he's known for. Liz says, "Hide your Quest Golden." You thought
Put it out on camera.
Put it out. How did we tell the guys?
Right.
Put your tripod on
Right.
live. I'll get
My goodness. The female boosies are on camera. All the female boosies on there.
My table's a little shaky.
Right.
Might need a little extra.
Might need a leg on this mother that bounces out.
Here we go. It took Liz. Damn it, Liz. I gotta get you here. I gotta get you. Nick, I missed that part.
Right.
Oh, that's so too funny. Okay, so ladies, y'all know Kurt's fine, right? But Kurt is in a relationship.
Married.
Kurt is married.
Right.
So Kurt is married.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm always interested to know how that dynamic works with LS.
Okay. Well, I found my wife in the LS scene. And
how long ago?
This was 8 years ago.
8 years.
I ran to her 8 years ago. Got with her 6 years. Knew her, for 2 years and got to know before we got together. And from that, it was so funny because I know it's a big thing when it comes to LS and relationships. Mm-hmm. And it's not really successful for a lot of individuals. Mm-hmm. I did my homework. I was patient. I took my time. And when we first got together, I remember, I think the first week, I'm at a party, we're both there, we're in the hot tub, and somebody walks up and says, "Oh, hey, so what's y'all dynamic? Y'all gonna do this? Yeah. Y'all gonna jump and do this? Yeah. Y'all gonna open to this and open to that?" Uh-huh. And I told him straight up, I said, "I just got with her. She's right next to me." I said, "I don't even know this woman. I gotta get to know her before I jump into this type of level with her because this type of things I need to basically grow to. Because if I'm gonna have a relationship different from LS. Mm-hmm. So me and her took the time to learn each other and we left the LS for a year. Okay. Because I had to earn her trust. Mm-hmm. I had to earn the things that basically to let me have the lifestyle I have now. She didn't give me a damn thing. When I say she didn't give me a damn thing, it wasn't because I've been in the LS okay, well, guess we're gonna continue to do this. No. Right. Hey, you know what? I gotta protect my name. Mm-hmm. I gotta protect my my image. I gotta get to know what's your character? Mm-hmm. Do you have good character, or you just put on this act for me? Do you have any type of morals or values? So once I've proven that and I earned her trust on that and created that foundation, then we re-enter the LS. Because at that point then, she knew that I was gonna represent her the right way, whether she's around or not around.
I love it.
So and I had to earn it. She didn't give me a damn thing. That woman didn't give me a damn thing.
We're going to go right back into that. This is Deep Table Talks with Kings, and this is a special birthday edition. You're watching the Boudoir Chronicles, and I have Mr. Kurt Rich, who is all the way from Duluth, Georgia. And he came in on business, and one of the things he wanted to do was stop by the Boudoir Chronicles and just talk. And I appreciate that. Kurt is a great guy. I haven't known him personally, so this is one of us getting together and talking personally, right? So he is doing a wonderful job. So glad that you tuned in today for the special edition. We're usually on Mondays at 8 for the Boudoir Chronicles, and stay tuned for a Tuesday at 8 p.m. It's the Creep Show with So Far Good. You can catch him doing what he does. I know he's bringing the guys back on the panel, but I'm not sure if that's next week is the Us Show. You can catch us doing our show together at 8 p.m. Tuesday. So it was like Kurt, we need ice and all that. Or you just want Kurt?
It don't matter,
Kurt's ready to sit on back up. I would take this time while Kurt is doing what he need to do right here and talk about. We got a Saturday night party. It's the Boots on the Ground party by the Extreme Party Experience. That's going to be in Denton at 9 p.m. So if y'all not doing anything Saturday, pull up to Denton. Check that is an RSVP. Party only. Y'all, me and Kirk having a good time out here. You can catch the You Can't Sit With Us party here at Lollapalooza Sunday at 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. It is a pool party. Pool, I think, /play, depending. And you can catch that here at Lollapalooza at 4 p.m. on Sunday. So Saturday, Boots on the Ground Denton. Sunday, 4 p.m. Lollapalooza. And Kurt, we get you right. Do you need some ice?
No, I'm cool. Okay. I'm already cool.
We can get that. We can call the producer. Producer will get you ice if you need ice. Okay. So we're just talking. Me and Kurt are out here talking. We're talking relationships, how he met his beautiful wife.
Right.
And how he had to regain her trust before
right, yeah.
Before, bringing her back, bringing her out, y'all coming out together. And there's a lot to unpack there. I want you to delve more into this relationship. Yeah. Before you go do that, though, let's just shout out to a few people. We got Keith here. Hey, Keith.
What's up, Nikki? Keith
is agreeing with you. He's like, already, bro. Chrissy. Hey, Chrissy.
What's up, Chrissy?
Chrissy's another one of my beautiful chocolate women. She is gorgeous.
I
have so many
Sierra Leone.
Sierra Leone. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And hey, Brenda Navarrete and Cartier Armani. Keith says, I was just invited to that in Denton. Okay, it is in Denton, Keith. You should check it out. It's kind of like a spin-off of the house that was in DeSoto. Yeah, so it's a spin-off, but it's pretty chill. It's been a good vibe. Me and So Far Good won't be there because we are going to take a birthday trip out of town to some mountains. So we will be back probably Monday or so.
See?
Ain't nobody invite you, Otis Keith Lombard. They back there. They go.
There you go. It's going to last for so long, y'all.
They're too funny to me. So, okay, so we were talking about your beautiful wife.
So being with her, she maintained the standards, as she should, of how she wants a relationship to be, because now we're in the LS together. But in the same instance, this woman has a child already. This woman had to make sure that my character, morals, and values still outside of that play area, that LS area, do I qualify? And she didn't. And she did not hold up on anything. She had to make sure that no compromising, because now this is her personal life. Mm-hmm. So
how old are y'all, Kurt?
I'm 39 and she's 35.
Okay. Right.
Shout out to my baby Jazz Rich. Y'all know Jasmine Rich. Jasmine Rich.
Is she fine? I'm gonna have to look.
Fine.
She's fine. So how does y'all's relationship work? In the LS.
So
what are y'all's? We say dynamic. I don't know what else to say.
So for us, of course she's bi, and it's just
you
funny.
Said of course.
Yeah. So I say that because that's really the aspect by me still promoting her energy and her light. And a lot of people, because guys get in relationships in the LS and they bring the women in, like, okay, a lot of women are doing things based on just the male. It's a lot of that in the LS, and the women secretly will be like, you know what, I'm doing this to make him happy. And, and they find the LS is a comfort zone because they might have a guy who acts in infidelity or anything like that. But
Kurt.
Yeah, and I know it gets deeper than poetry.
I already understand. High heel. I keep forgetting to bring it out. See? Mr. Producer, I need my high heel.
So it's a lot of that that happens, and we didn't. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No.
There's a lot that happens.
I want to cut you off.
And I had to. One thing about her, very strong-willed, sets the standard, and thank God. I'm just gonna sound crazy. I know women might agree. Fellas and women, I'm gonna say this, especially to the women. Mm-hmm. I am who I am because I did not want to lose what I got. The only reason I didn't want to lose what I got is because she set the standard and didn't budge because of me.
Ooh, I love it.
If she would have budged, I would have been an habitual line stepper. If she would have let me move the lines. But the lines you set, make, and stand on with basically consequence of losing you, and you stand on losing you, I did not want to lose her. So
it's deep in here.
Yeah, it's deep. So she said that, and I basically didn't. She didn't compromise. Not based on love, not based on tenure of how long I've been with her, not based on what I give her to do. I basically stepped up to the plate because she made sure that this is the plate that's going to be available.
Ladies, do you hear that? That's so good. So a lot of people say, oh, you don't get into LS relationships and stuff. Okay, you may not, but you may find what you're looking for in an LS relationship because we are like-minded people, right?
Correct.
So why would you go out there and try to find a vanilla person who doesn't even share your mindset so that the values of marriage and all that go out the window because you end up cheating on her, she on you. You end up not understanding each other, fighting and bickering, where the marriage and all that has gone down the drain because you didn't choose a person who is a like mind anyway, right? Which goes back to what we don't want to talk about, what y'all don't want, what y'all gonna get offline for, that spirituality and all that about being equally yoked with people. And that doesn't mean Christian to Christian. It doesn't necessarily mean that. It means being yoked together with somebody who is like-minded the way you are, so that everything that you do is not a difference. Because it'll make it difficult. And you're not, many of you ain't built for the difficult.
Right. They're not war ready. They don't want to be on the front line.
Not war ready. I'm taking notes. Not war ready.
They're not war ready. A lot of people want, it's funny because we get in relationships based on the honeymoon phase, which is true, which is, a bunch of feeling good and leisure. In the beginning, you can say, hey, you know what? I've been having a great time with you and we spend a lot of time together. We should be in a relationship, right? It's never based on somebody's strengths and weaknesses. We don't really explore the weaknesses because that's where we have to build on and know, hey, I'm good at this. And you're not on this area. You might be a little weak, but I can help out.
It's about that help me.
But nobody wants to basically remove their representative to show that weak side initially, right? They got to remove their representative to show that weak side to say, hey, you know what? I really need somebody who's good at this. I'm really not good at this, but this is my strengths. So
because where you're strong, where I'm weak, you're strong.
Give
and where
the
you're
chance
weak,
to decide.
I'm strong, right?
You want to know. Women want to know, like, hey, you know what? Am I compatible with this male? Am I compatible with this woman? Where are you at? Because I might be great at this area. But we have to remove that insecurity of looking weak and the perception in the beginning of the dating stage. You have to do that.
I agree totally. So what do you say to the men, and then we'll talk about women, but what do you say to the men who say, I don't want a woman who's an LS. I don't want an LS woman. I want a vanilla woman.
Well, to the men that I say inside the L, who say they don't want an LS woman, first of all, you gotta represent what you want anyway. Before that man was in the LS, he was probably cheating that woman anyway. The difference between LS is being transparent. So what's the difference at the end of the day? You're LS, and majority of men, before they want to act right, already basically got that woman at the house and doing 1,000 other things. So you're LS.
You think under her nose, but she probably knows.
So what makes you stop being sexist? What makes you higher than her? We got to remove that. That's just the truth. We got to remove that. A lot of men are sexist, or they don't understand how they have a sense of hierarchy where I can do this, but she cannot.
I was going to go there. So you allow it? How does that work with the two of you?
So with me and my wife, she's been with more women than she's been with men. First of all, and one thing about it is
hey Roy,
it's hilarious because she's like, I'm not fake gay, I'm real gay. I don't need a guy. I don't need a guy in participation for me to do something with a woman. I can do things with a woman all the way around. So even with her, even playing with a male, it's the same type. She has the same type of requirements. For her, she's sapiosexual. I'm sapiosexual completely.
Explain sapiosexual to the boudoir baddie because I don't know all this stuff. I'm learning. That's why
I transitioned into that. I wasn't like that initially. In my 20s, if you just look good,
it was on.
It was on. It was like, boom, she bad. All right, cool. I'm walking to your car. No, you're drunk.
You are definitely drunk.
Let me walk you to your car. Where are you going after this? And she's like, Hopefully I can make it home. What the fuck you mean? So what the hell are you? I'm trying to get home. But and it was basically based on a woman's physical initially for me. Mm-hmm. The only reason why, and the reason why I hopped out of being that, because I had a great session, sexual session with a woman. And from there, after being done, I'm like, oh snap, look at the TV. She's on the side of the bed. I'm on my side of the bed. I'm like, oh snap, that's what I want to go check out. Mm-hmm. It's coming to town. We should go jump into it. Mm-hmm. It's fly. Look at them doing this. Mm-hmm. She looked at the TV, looked at me, back to the TV, looked at me, back to the TV, and said, that's some white shit. Fuck would I want to do some shit like that. What would I do? I'm like, God damn! What are you doing? It was so it was some medieval times art thing that came to the show. They came like they had like a little thing they're showing like that. And but I realized then immediately that I don't like you. I don't like who you are as a woman. I don't enjoy who you are as a woman. Only thing we have is a physical attraction. It's a sexual attraction. So therefore, from when that happened, I realized it hit me like a ton of bricks. I have been having intercourse with women for a time period based on this aspect of only being physically attracted to women. So basically, I've been having sex with women, but I never had an orgasm because I've been pre-ejaculating only on the aspect of a woman's beauty. And not the mental connection. And I refuse to not have an orgasm.
Did you tell me?
I refuse not to have one. You got to be mental and also physical. I got to have both. I'm not limiting my sexual. Okay. I'm not limiting it. I'm not limiting it ever.
I'm trying to stay focused over here.
I'm not limiting that. Fuck that shit. I'm not limiting it ever.
So you mean to tell? Okay, wait.
I gotta like you. I got to fucking like you, who you are.
So you decided at that point you didn't like her.
I found out. It was an epiphany. I didn't know. I never did engage a mental connection.
She said,
and boom.
Was it that white? It's that white people.
Yeah, I realized like who you are as a person. We didn't have no connection mentally. Had no mental connection. We had a physical body connection, and it was limited because once I started having intercourse or these engagement sessions with women, once I added the mental connection with it, the interaction and sessions were a whole lot better. Because I wanted to enjoy you after I was done. Okay. Because the intimacy still lasts after the intercourse.
Y'all, Kurt, we are here with Kurt Rich. I found out his real name. Right. Kurt is all the way in from Duluth, Georgia. He is out here on some business. And he stopped by the Blue Rock Chronicles just to talk and chew it up with me, and I appreciate it. So because it's my birthday week next week, and I've been chilling. Like, I'm so glad to have you here. I'm glad you made it and safe. Like, I'm honored when I was honored when you said, "Hey, I'm in town and I'd like to stop by." So I appreciate that. I appreciate that, guys. We're really diving in here. Curtis has. I said Curtis. I didn't mean that is his real name, but I meant to say Kurt has a head on his shoulders, y'all. He is intelligent. He is well spoken. He's educated, and he's so. My question though is, how do you guys say you're at a party together, and you already have established rules, should I say rules, or established things, how you're going to handle it yourselves at the party? So
usually my wife, she's very much feminine energy and stuff like that. She lets me engage because I had to earn that trust with her.
Right, you did that, right.
So I earned that trust with her, and I understand the things that she loves and things that basically stimulate her. So I usually go out, and I tell her, hey, baby, this woman is awesome. And she's going to go off of her natural beauty. She's going to go off of how she carries herself as an individual, all that. Like, hey, she checks off. And then from there, I've earned the trust to say, hey, baby, this one you'll love. Because she believes me. You know what I mean? I had to get her to that point. And usually that's how it is with her. Vice versa with a male. It's a lot harder with men when it comes to her because she wants that mental connection. And a lot of guys who are very much beautiful, whatever case it is, are very attractive. Mm-hmm. Excuse me, are very attractive. They open their mouth and they fuck it up. They fuck it up.
I said that to somebody just the other day.
They fuck it up. They fuck it up.
Because he said, and you know who you are, Negro. He said, you always running. I said, no, you always coming off that rah-rah out your mouth and you talk yourself out of whatever. Like, stop it, because I fuck with you like you're a good dude. Hey, but y'all got, it's what come out. Right. Like, y'all get tired of hearing the women talk sometimes. Some of the things we say, we just need to shut up, right? Y'all need to do the same thing. Sometimes.
Less is more.
Less is more.
and that's the thing about it. So a lot of times she has it's harder to basically find that connection with men because, by her being a sapiosexual, the intellect matters.
Intellect does matter. Now, did we define that?
Just basically conversation.
Because
you can be intelligent on many things.
So sapiosexual, what you're telling me is
I'm attracted to your intelligence.
I'm attracted to something else.
Yeah, I'm attracted to something to mentally that you're very much, very well, or you have an expertise in. And we relate on that.
When you look at yourself now, have you always been that? You just never know?
No, I didn't have that requirement. I grew into that. That evolved. It was an evolution. I grew into that. I didn't have that initially, and I had to realize how important that was. I did not realize. I was ignorant to how important that was. I was in my lustful era of prowling, and that was it. So, as I've grown and I've matured, I've learned to basically, require more. And for a lot of us men, we don't require enough. And I'm talking to all the fellas. Listen,
you got the floor.
I understand she's fine, but you still deserve fine and a mind. Okay? You deserve it. I understand it sounds like at the end of the day, like, I don't give a fuck about what she thinks about. I get it. I understand it. But there are women that can stimulate you and give you what you need mentally and emotionally and, physically. Yeah. So don't shortchange yourself because you'll be out here chasing these females and you'll try to retire and find a woman that's too late because you let your body go. You got that receding hairline. You got ED. You got these ailments, and then you're trying to be like, I'm a good man. They don't want that shit. They don't want that shit. They don't want that shit.
We don't. Women
don't want that shit.
And I'm so glad you
don't be forced out the game. Retire when you're winning. Don't let them force you into retirement, fellas. Retire when you're winning. Get on top now.
And he don't just mean missionary position. He means get on top of the situation. And you said a lot there because women, we are held to I believe, a higher standard.
Yeah, society does that.
And society has done that, right? And we're held to this higher standard, which I feel like many of us stimulate your mind, Craig says, Nikki. I feel like many of us women, especially us the older women in Elvis or whatever, we try to teach, we try to help, and but people are not taking heed, right? So there is a certain amount of self-care, self-love, all of that you have to take within your, within yourself, if you want to be looked at as a potential for, a relationship in LS or anything like that. Now, my question is, do you find that you are more LS or more vanilla? Like, how is your world?
Well, honestly, I feel like two things can be true at the same time. I love the LS. LS is not my lifestyle. My lifestyle is already my lifestyle. LS is in addition to my lifestyle I had in place prior. Everything I'm doing now, the only thing I have is a group of individuals like-minded, but I've been doing the same thing. LS isn't giving me nothing extra besides people more who have the same type of mindset.
Right.
Because sexually, I've been doing these things. I just didn't have a group of individuals cheering me on doing it. That's it.
What do you think about that the cheer section?
I love it. You know what I mean? I know people have praise kings probably love it even more, but it's cool. I love it.
You can handle it.
I can handle it. Yeah, I can handle it.
But that's so with the tripod.
Right. Oh, they reveal it. Hey, y'all in that group chat, y'all know too much. Y'all know way too much.
Oh my goodness. Kinks.
Kinks?
Yeah. Do you what do you like?
What I like.
How you like?
So I'm very, very dominating. So
really?
Very much.
I never played with Kirk, y'all. So this is all in me. I wouldn't have
I'm very cool and relaxed because this is just a sign I give to the public. Behind closed doors, I'm not that. I just keep a halo for the public. This is my representative.
Halo.
But I have a pick fork when I get behind closed doors. It's a pick fork every time. So yeah.
A pitchfork. A pick
fork.
A pick fork.
Yeah. I got my horns and stuff like that completely behind closed doors. So
you are dominating individuals.
Right. I'm sadistic.
Do you like BDSM?
Yes.
Okay.
I have a sub. I have
a sub out here. Can you name one of your subs?
Her name is Renee, but at the end of the day, she's not in the. She's very low key. I can say her name because I know that basically.
She's low key.
Yeah, she's very super low key.
You got a higher key one?
No, I don't have.
Okay, tell me about a sub.
Tell me my sub or sub spirit?
Tell me about yours. Why don't I need to know about anybody else?
My sub is she's very much she has different type of kinks, and I understand my position as a dom is a part of servitude. Okay. So, and one thing about all doms, if subs will always make the rules, we just provide a service. So that's our job. And yes, subs let you know this is what I like, this is what I do not like. I need you to provide this. All doms are in the point of servitude. Any type of.
I'm so confused. Like you just switched my whole.
Check this out, because you're a sub. You like a dom not gonna do nothing that you didn't say I don't like or didn't like. You like, hey, I like this. What is done to me. He basically performs that. It's a part of servitude. So
I'm a sub because I serve. No, you said the dom is
the dom is a sub.
Okay.
I mean, the dom is a servitude. Yeah, he's a point of servitude.
So I will be a sub.
Right, and he's providing a service.
Okay.
But you set the rules and the boundaries and basically, you set it up. That's how it is.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right. Do y'all agree with that? Like tap in here.
I wish. Listen, if you have a dom and he does some stuff that you don't agree with, you're gonna shut the shit down right then.
So it's not like that movie.
50 Shades of Grey.
50 Shades of Grey.
That is so no, it's not that at all. That's TV. Don't ever fall for that. That's TV.
That's what I fell for.
Yeah, it's not that.
I didn't know.
Whatever he provides a service. Mm-hmm. The sub is always in control.
Okay.
But you set the rules and he provides it. It's his job to provide that, to go into character, and to give you what you need if he's capable of doing that to that extent. That's the truth.
Yeah, that is interesting. I'm glad that you brought that up because, I've only seen this much of LS. Right. But I understand there's this much.
It's a lot.
Right.
But LS and the BDSM life are separate.
Yeah.
And actually they really don't like each other. Well, let me change that. The BDSM life that's separate from LS, they don't really like the LS community because they feel like they're more animalistic, and with us, we need training. We need events. We need to basically show that we have these type of accolades to even go and perform these things. Okay. Where in LS it's more animalistic and based on urges. So it's been a clash with that for a while now. And they're like, listen, y'all just act just to act. For us, I have my training. I have this. I did this. It took this much time for this person to say, okay, cool, you got this title now.
What do you think it's going to take to balance that out? Or is there a balance? Because we see it when we go out. We see that everybody is interacting in this one space. You do have the BDSM.
Well,
you do have
anybody in BDSM. If it's so many different stages of it, and it takes studying. And because if I'm doing Shapari, which is if anybody knows what Shapari is, that's when you get tied up.
Dave Shapari.
Yeah.
Shapari.
Yeah. If you get tied up in any type of way, you have to have that training. Because you got to understand there's so many risks with somebody's life. Right. You can really hurt, damage, traumatize somebody. Yeah. And that's what BDS, having that with BDSM, that's important. Yeah. So therefore, you don't want a guy saying, hey, you know what? I just bought a paddle. I got this. This is my first time. You're not going to go to a doctor like, hey, you know what? I have never used a scalpel before. I can't wait to use it on you. You're like, no.
What the hell?
Yeah, what the hell?
Hey, CJ needs
yeah. So you don't want that. Right. So therefore, those type of things that can have long-term damage physically. Mm. You want somebody who's trained. Yeah, absolutely. And that's just the truth. That's why they have a different type of outlook to everybody else.
Yeah. I remember the first time I saw, is that Ash? Oh, Lord, y'all. Somebody get the boudoir medicine lotion. I remember the first time I saw BDSM close up for the first time. I was at a Tsunami Experience party. Mm-hmm. And this was 3 years ago when I had first gotten in. This was off the charts for me, right? Mm-hmm. It was like you said, it was the signing the NDAs. Mm-hmm. It was no cameras, like drop turn your phones off at the door, like all of that, and so I appreciated that. Right. But when I saw what was going on around me, I was totally amazed because one thing I can say about a Tsunami Experience is it's going to be. Right. Shout out to Anthony. Hell of an experience. Shout out to Anthony. Shout out to Tsunami, to Anthony. Y'all are doing your thing.
Anthony does it. So, Anthony, your representation precedes you. Mm. Big time. Mm-hmm. I know you study. I know you read because I've heard it from other individuals. Mm-hmm. So, you're on the right track for sure.
And big props. And I think, and thank you for doing that. Right. Because we don't give enough accolades. Correct. To each other. Again, my motto is enough out here for all of us to eat, y'all. Right. We do not have to. We do not. As So Far Good says, share the recipe. Right. Yeah. Share the recipe.
Don't be the grandmother like I'm not gonna tell you what I put in this extra. Come on now.
Exactly. Then grandma dies and don't nobody else know how to make the pie.
Big time. They say this. What they say? They say when you have a pillow, your family dies. It's like burning a library because the knowledge leaves with you.
And I can see, yes, absolutely. The knowledge dies with it. Right. You guys, I am sitting here with Kurt Rich. Let me get a little drink. Let me wet my palate a little bit. Oh. And we're just really talking. Got Kurt Rich. He's in from Duluth, Georgia. And he came in on some business and other things, and he wanted to stop by and just come talk with the boudoir Betty, and I appreciate it. We definitely are chewing it up and talking about it, and just getting to know each other kind of too as well. Right. I've always seen him, in the group chats and things like that, and just kind of enjoy how he flows in there. He stops by and says something, intellectual, and post pictures and things like that. And so I asked him a while back if he would be willing, and he told me, yeah. And so some time has gone by, and he was like, hey, I'm going to be in town. You want me to stop by your show? I'm like, we will do an impromptu show just for you. Right. I done put on my tiara, so this is a birthday edition. So good to have you here. So, you can catch the Boudoir Chronicles on Mondays at 8 p.m. live on Facebook. You can also catch the Creep Show with Stacey So Far Good doing his thing on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. This Tuesday coming will be this Tuesday coming will be the Us Show, and we have special guests there for you guys as well. Saturday night, Boots on the Ground, Denton, Extreme Party Experience, 9 p.m. in Denton. Sunday, there you go. You think you hiding?
Yeah, remember how I used to do it?
Let me come back and let me hit me. Oh, you ain't got it.
Producer,
we watch our class.
We need more. We need uno más, por favor. Oh, here it comes right there. There
Sunday, it is. 4 p.m. You can't. Sunday, 4 p.m. You can't sit with us here at Lollapalooza. my cup runners dry.
Head dog. What's up? Bring the head dog.
we on the last of that one. Yeah.
Ben Aki. Oh my
God. Hold on now. Don't be doing that. I need my heel. I got
right.
Yeah. No, see, Kurt, you're getting what's it called? Thank you. You are getting what's it called when you in court and they start this thing together?
The gavel.
Contempt. You're going to be in contempt of court.
Oh, snap. Please don't put me in contempt of court.
Please
don't do that. I do not want the bailiff to come pull up on me. I do not want the bailiff to pull up on me.
We over here pouring up over here. So, so Curtis in from Duluth, and we're just really chilling and talking. We've already talked about vetting.
Correct.
And how we're...
it's missing. It's definitely missing.
We don't see that. It's missing.
It's not there.
Let's hit that a little bit more.
I think about the protection of women. Mm-hmm. I think about the aspect of things that happen. Also, I actually would say the protection of also the men too. Because in the aspect of, there's... What came to vetting, we're able to gauge somebody mentally and emotionally to say if they qualify. Mm-hmm. There's individuals who qualify in every aspect who deal with emotional trauma or have some type of mental unbalance that you don't want in those environments.
Right.
Because it might be triggering or they might be very combative or there might be individuals who would like to fight or argue or whatever case it is. I know so many pillars in the LS community right now in DFW had to remove individuals. Or have to try to...
We call it purging now.
Yeah, purging in some type of way at events. Mm-hmm. I can name the individuals. I mean, CJ Nessa are individuals who threw 1,000 events, and from them you have to step away to go and say, hey, you know what? Let me go handle this. And they're great. They keep it private.
Yeah.
They keep it private. They handle it and they remove it. And those are things that keep the good energy going. I've seen them do that before. And many of the other pillars. So, and that's something that I think with vetting and also trying to gauge individuals entirely.
So it's like we're more interested in numbers, turnout, and numbers in the bank account.
Correct.
Versus getting true people of LS, like-minded people.
We have to value our energy and who is basically absorbing it and who's around it, the atmosphere. We have to value that. It's undervalued. Mm-hmm. No matter what that fee is at the door, it would never amount to the aspect of who's around you, absorbing your energy or changing or shifting the atmosphere.
Yeah, I 100% agree, especially... Again, we talked about it a little bit at the beginning, this day and time that we're living in where there's so much exposure of what is not right.
Correct.
What is not right. With anything that you're going to do, I feel like do it to the best of your ability. Mm-hmm. Do it in excellence. Anything that you're going to do.
Right.
So that your name, like you said, precedes you.
Right. Your reputation will precede
That's all you have, right? At the end of the day.
At the end of the day, when you lost everything, you only got your reputation.
So far, Good talks a lot about that because he was one that's always been pulled in, and sometimes in the situation,
right?
But,
because people with lesser reputation,
right?
They want to pull you, have great reputation, and be like, hey. Listen, this person can vouch for this person, and you find yourself in the middle of things. And so one of his things is to, he has fought to defend his name. Right. No, I gotta hop on line and say my name. I gotta do this and do that. Hop on this. But also how to deal with that comes with the maturity and the learning. He's doing that. Like he is because some things popped off just last week, and first mind is, let me deal with that now. Right. But once you sit back and you think about it, and you let that stew a minute, you think on it and all that, you realize the best ways to handle certain things. Correct. And so the same thing with vetting and all that maturity and how you handle the situation. It's so important for us to do that. I think a lot of us people have gotten away from it though because it takes time. It takes accountability. It takes, guess what? If I brought you in, your name's attached to me. I gave you that recommendation. Mm-hmm. I did that, and they don't want to basically. They worry about their reputation with themselves, but not worry about the atmosphere of many.
Hey, Kadarius.
And that's very important. Protect everybody. Protect our women. Protect our sisters. Protect our men. Right. Protect your brand. Protect your brand. Protect your brand. Protect your name. Protect your brand.
Just protect everything. And it doesn't. If you are a good person, I don't say good like just good because there's who's good to you may not be good to me, right? Right. But the moral compass is correct. That type of person, you want to make sure that you're that always in and out of the situations, in and out of your home, in and out of LS, whatever. You're just that person.
Yeah.
So bring that into the LS setting as well.
Correct.
Right.
No matter who you are as an individual, even if somebody tries to mask it, when you get in this LS community, it's going to be exposed. It's going to amplify.
Yeah.
One thing that I try to tell many individuals is that when it comes to LS, a lot of people say this about personal life is different. You're inviting people into your personal life. You're not going to be able to hide those things. There's so many unicorns that hop in a relationship with these couples, or they deal with individuals, and they like what I saw on social media. What they presented to me is not really what it is. Right. When I started to deal with them, there is no hiding it, because the LS is a personal engagement of who you are as a person. Because I sold myself to you. After that, what I can provide to you, I sold it. And we gave you that picture portrait from Walmart and said, hey, you deal with us, this is what it's going to look like.
Speaking of selling, that's totally true. Right. Not to cut you off, but you said sold, and I know the context in which you said it. Like, I totally appreciate and totally get it. But you made me think about selling, prostitution.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on prostitution in LA? Do you think it's prostitution? Do you have a problem with women selling and men purchasing, or vice versa, at an event or within a LS community?
Honestly, the LS community was not built on the aspect of monetary transactions. It was based on the aspect of, hey, you know what? I want to explore my sexual desires with somebody else. I want to explore without a judgment. So that's what it's based upon. Now, in the same instance, when it comes to as far as prostitution, there's individuals, and there's the men and the women too. There's some women too. In the aspect where you're bringing financial transactions to have that, and that's when you actually tarnish the reputation of that natural, organic.
Come on, Kurt.
That organic type of energy.
He's talking and he smell good. Like I'm trying to stay focused here.
but you tarnish that.
Hey, Ernest. Ernest,
what's
up,
my
guy?
Say, hey, what's up? Love Ernest. Say.
I'm just getting to know him. Like, I don't think he knows who I am. Like, if he were to walk up on me, but Ernest, I haven't been in spaces with you before. So, and Bree says, "Hey, handsome ass car." I tell you,
catfish.
Oxtails,
Bree.
Smothered
and drown that shit. You know what I mean? Baptize the oxtails.
You know what, Bree? We're gonna have you here to cook some oxtails. Ooh. And we're gonna have to invite Kurt and a few other folks. Yeah, Kurt been showing his ass since he got here. But it's a very attractive ass. Kurt is smart, he's intelligent, he has a head on his shoulders, and he is really delving in and doing what he came to do here at Deep Table Talks with Kings. Yeah. Like, not many people know or whatever, but I've been telling folks, like, I am an advocate for Black men.
Right.
I love a Black man. I don't care how many percent Black you are. Like, if you're a Black man and you're doing your thing, you're trying and you're working hard, like that. To me, that deserves to be celebrated. Like, Black men don't get enough accolades.
We don't get enough. Like, we don't get enough compliments from women. We don't get enough. Outside of a see that shit? Look,
my bad, damn it! I touched before I had.
But as far as Black men, we don't get enough compliments. We don't get enough the aspect of other men holding us accountable. You know, men to men relationships. It's very raw. There's aspects of a woman would know a man that a man would know the same guy differently. And guys find comfortability in speaking to other men that don't find with their own wives, girlfriends, or fiancés. And I had a theory. Some people said it's a fact. we have to do better being vulnerable to our women that basically support us. We gotta be vulnerable. We gotta be better with that because they're the ones who are going to sit there and add to our value.
Say that again. We have to be.
We have to be better at being vulnerable to the women who love us and our woman. We gotta do that. Our woman, the same individual, and we'll give that to our homies. We won't give that to our women. I understand the reason why. Let me break it down.
At the same time, she has to make you feel safe.
Got to feel safe too.
In that
but
space,
sometimes
right?
the women do it, but we don't give
land.
it. We don't give it though. There's a lot of women who do whatever it is.
Let me shut up.
Go look at the visitation at jails and prisons and money transit. It's a woman. A guy would say, "Hey, you know what? I need someone to stay at tonight." He's a lot of times not going to a guy's house, going to a woman's crib because she's offering it. And the reason why a lot of men don't find that level of comfortable with one woman, and I think has to do with how we were raised. Mm-hmm. Because in the same instance, guess what? A guy find that comfortable with another male as a kid. Guess what? No matter what, you know, when something happens, I'm going to fight. If you mess with my friend, I'm going to fight for you. It's not the same aspect of a woman. Mm-hmm. Guess what? He views that girl. That girl is beautiful and sexy.
Wow.
We're not trained to find really, as a child, based all the way up, a great bond with a little girl outside of just basically her being out sex and some type of like sexual chemistry.
Yeah.
We're not trained that way. It's my homie. We's part of this game. I'm gonna whoop him. You mess with him. But it's never that this is my homegirl. She got my back and protect her no matter what. We don't have that aspect we get in relationships further up in life.
And then I think when men do get female best friends and female friends, they treat them like they niggas. They treat them like they boys.
Correct.
Instead of treating them like the woman that they are. So you never learn how to deal with a woman, how
it's not
she
trained.
is meant to be dealt with, right?
And even from that aspect, a lot of times, in this majority of women, when a woman gets a relationship with a man, she usually picks up when the parents fail that man. And she continue raising the failure and trying to help him out.
Oh, Kurt, you got to come back. Man. Kurt, y'all, I'm here with Kurt Rich. Kurt is dropping these dimes. He's intelligent. He's smelling good. He is in from Duluth, Georgia, just to do some business here, but also to stop in and talk to the Boo Wah Betty. He has given us he's given everything deep table talks with kings today. Right. I appreciate that so much. Kurt, what are you doing out, as far as you said you're a CDL driver and you do those things, but do you have any other aspirations? Do you have any other goals?
So I plan on, honestly, everybody, my homegirls, homeboys, they said, you get a podcast, get on TV, get on radio, get on somewhere. Mm-hmm. Get on acting, get on something. Mm-hmm. And that's the next thing I am trying to push in my, next chapter of my life. My wife pushes me to that too. And I plan on doing that. And that's one biggest thing because when I talk to other guys, I get a level of vulnerability that they don't give to their own women. Because men's relationships are a lot more easier. Either sports, money, sex, fighting, or let's go have fun, leisure.
Fighting.
It's that. Mm-hmm. A guy's relationships is really those things. Mm-hmm. Sex, money, fighting, sports, and leisure. Mm-hmm. That's it. He's our best friend for life over those five things. Mm-hmm. I meet all my homies. How's your mother doing? How's your sister doing? Are you good?
How your mama now?
Did she do this shit to you? What do you want to do next in life? What do you want to do next? How can we put something together and make that happen, bro? Mm-hmm. And I don't have a problem asking the next man about his trauma, where he wants, is that he feel like it's fair? How's he coping? Mm-hmm. And men don't add that to other men. They don't do that. Mm-hmm. They don't truly do that. There's always a point of some type of leisure or fun or something that builds.
Well, why do you think that is, though?
We're not trained that way. Mm-hmm. We're not trained that way. Our fathers are not telling us to do that. Mm-hmm. And even then,
if you got a father,
if you have a father, the mothers are not saying to do that either,
because they don't know to say that.
But it's the bland thing. Love your brother, and love your neighbor. Take care, fight for your brother. Mm-hmm. But it's never ask your brother how he feels. Mm-hmm. Ask your brother that bothered him. Ask your brother, is he carrying something? Is he carrying something that he didn't let go? That's that vulnerability. But we had to be strong because of slavery and poverty, and they did the best they could with everything they knew. That's just the truth. So
that is the truth.
As far as that, my goal is to encourage my brethren, all of them, at the end of the day and support them. And I want the best for all my brothers, every single one. I want the best for all my sisters too.
Yeah.
And that's important to that brethren is going to help my sisters. Important to my sisters is going to help my brethren. So I'm forever in this community service outreach. Forever in this. So,
oh my goodness. Do you have any plans of being back here? Coming back to DFW?
Of course. I mean, family's here. There's family business here. Everything's here. So I'm frequently back and forth from Georgia to Dallas all the time. All the time. And
so when you're here, you do decide, find the time to come through and get a party or two, or come to an event or something like that. Where you going tonight, girl?
Right.
It's Friday night. Where you going?
Right. Tonight, I have listen, I came out here for some business. I didn't even know there's a lot of things happen tonight. I didn't even know things happen this weekend. And usually I have to sneak into town. So people are like, who's here?
Yeah, that's me from now on.
Like, where's he at? Trying to pull up.
Put a GPS on your ass.
Right. I sneak into town because I can't. Because I try to appease everybody, all my friends, and I love y'all. Yeah. I love everybody. And it's good energy between me, Jazz, love y'all too. I just can't get to everywhere because I'm a husband, I'm a father, I'm a business owner, I ambitious and goals, and then after that, LS. So from there, it's in that order too. It's my wife, my wife, number one. It's my children. It's our business. It's our goals and ambitions, and then there's LS. So
who holds Kurt accountable?
I do first. Number one is always going to be me. I would love to say I do it because of my wife. No, it had to start with me because I don't want to evolve, be a better man because of somebody else. I want to be better. I want to be a better man.
That's your choice.
Yeah,
you made that choice.
I want to be a better. I understand people view me, and I want to truly be that person. The second thing is my wife. Number two. The third thing is my children. I take fatherhood serious. If any of my homies do not, if you're a bad father, you ain't handling your business, you probably want to have me as a homeboy, as a friend.
You see how Kurt puts his wife before his children.
Right.
I'm just going to leave that there. That might be way over some of y'all's heads.
Right.
You'll catch it in the morning.
Right.
So, Kurt, I hear you saying you hold yourself accountable.
Yeah.
Do you have a big brother or someone that you relied on or whatever? Or are you self-taught?
So...
Dad?
For me being this way, it wasn't because I had somebody showing me these things. Sadly, I wish I did. A lot of this came from mistakes.
Okay.
All these came from me being there. And I can say this to all my homies and the women. Me being a dog and flawed and doing manipulation and being cynical and all type of stuff like that. In those times, I thought I was right. I knew it was right. I didn't think I knew it was right. But because I challenged myself, like, okay, if I'm wrong, prove me wrong, I found out a different thing about me. Because my ego. But I wasn't scared to challenge. Say, oh, you say I'm wrong? Ego. Right. So you tell me I'm wrong? Well, show me then. If you show me, even a super villain thinks his idealism is going to help. And that was me. I was like, okay, you know what? I know what I'm doing is going to help. And when I basically have better knowledge, understanding, and wisdom, I realize like I'm flawed. I want to do right.
And that's the thing. It's that self-realization.
Right.
It's dealing with yourself.
Right. The man in the mirror.
The man in the mirror. We can't do anything for anyone else until we deal with who we are. Right. Get it right within us. Right. So, yeah, that's I love it.
Right.
Kurt, I hear the accountability. Like I hear the I guess accountability is the right word for it.
Right.
In your words and in what you're saying, because you're telling me basically that you didn't have like a role model to look at. I didn't have that. So you had to self-teach.
You had to self-teach. I got burnt. I burnt my head 1,000 times. I bumped my head 1,000,000 times, and I didn't like it. I'm the one who felt pain, and I didn't like it, and I changed because I didn't like it. This is not. I didn't master this. This is practice. Practice to get to the point it is. I'm always forever trying to evolve because I don't want to be an elder.
Right. But since you don't have that accountability person or partner, or you didn't have, How did you know what you're doing was right?
The masses. Because no matter what, if I hear people keep telling me that, oh, I did this to them, I made them feel this way, there's two things. Either I can say that it's just you, I can reflect. I'm always going to reflect. I'm always going to look at my scenario and be like, okay, what if? I'm a scientist at heart. I believe in adding other equations. I believe in testing theories.
I get that little tinge of nerdy.
I'm super nerd. I'm a super nerd.
But nerd is sexy. That's
I'm
sexy.
A super nerd.
Because you're smart and you are intelligent, intellectual, like you have a conversation.
Right.
And so like sometimes sitting here going, okay, what did he say? Like let me process. I'm a processor.
Right.
So doing this, you don't have really time to process what you're hearing.
Right.
So I'm taking notes. I really am, because some of the things you're saying, like I'm like, okay, all right, this is good stuff. I'm gonna need to process that, because Kirk's giving me some tidbits about who he is and how he moves, and he is a married man, so he's giving us the perspective of the relationship. And now he had to earn it. Nothing was given. Of his wife before they stepped out into the LS world. Right.
I earned everything. And that's the thing about it. So
you're able to move.
I moved, because I earned it. Yeah. So for me, the aspect, like I said, we play together, we play separately, autonomously. And just because things work for me with another woman doesn't mean it works for her. It works for another guy. So she's going to have to do her own approval process. And it's not guaranteed. A lot of people are like, oh, okay, they think I walk in here with a bargaining chip. She's not a bargaining chip. She moves on her own. So therefore, she has to approve it too.
Okay. I wanted to talk about that, though. So is there any jealousy, or has there ever
No, we're sexually liberated. And we promote each other's liberation and exploration of sex.
I'm still smelling on you.
We promote it. We celebrate each other's sexual liberation and exploration of it. We understand.
So you trust her fully.
Fully trust
full autonomy.
And check this, the only reason why I trust her fully and trust me fully, because we're not defined by sexual intercourse with anybody. She basically valued me based on looks, how I am as a father, as a husband, as a provider, as my character, morale, my limitation, my code of life, things I will not compromise, my protective of her mental and emotional. So I have so many things to basically brag on. Sexually, if any guy pleases her, great. That does not make me lesser for the other 74. It doesn't do that. Okay, you did great. But I never took it
because you do this.
I do so much more.
Yeah.
I do so much more, and a lot of men don't realize that they get controlling, and they become possessive, because in that aspect they share with their wife, and they let their wife or their woman have. That was so much of them. They put 85% of who they are based on that, and that's the reason why they became jealous and insecure.
And I totally get that, guys. Like, listen up here, because this is Deep Table Talks with Kings, and I do have Kurt Rich here. And right now we're talking about just like the possessive.
The possessive man, possessive woman, vice versa, but I can be gender biased.
Right. You all can get it.
Right.
In the LS scene. And so that has me thinking about where I want more. You want more shot here? Want a little bit more?
We do the whole thing.
A little bit more. That has me thinking about my first LS relationship out here. I could not do anything.
Right. Because he basically, his sense of pride and ego and who he was a person was based on what you didn't do.
Yeah.
And he put it all in there, but he didn't.
Even though we had this set of rules, guidelines, or whatever, they never came into play because
I have no rules and guidelines a point of the actual transaction. A lot of people say no kissing, and I'd be damned. And same thing with my wife. I'd be damned if I kiss and touch everything on your body, everything completely from head to toe, and you'd be like, "Oh my God, did you just kiss me? Oh my God, you are a freaky nasty motherfucker." I'd be like, what?
How do you keep, though, Kurt? How do you keep feelings if you're gonna kiss every part?
Right, every part.
The body.
Every part. the entire anatomy.
How do you keep these feelings?
Intact? Because I provide 75 other things. That's the thing behind it.
But are you thinking when you go to this play situation that okay, I got 75 things?
Let me tell you, my wife told me. She said, "I swear to God, nothing makes me more fucked up. If you ever have a horrible sexual with a woman that you having no goddamn group chats, and people don't understand why I love you so much and I'm crazy about you, and you underperform. You give your best motherfucking effort and make me look good in these group chats." She said that shit. Ain't nothing worse than a guy is like, "I'm crazy about him." And he said, they're like, "What? Bitch, for what? This nigga not doing shit. He ain't doing this. He's born in the bedroom." She said, "Do not embarrass me. Don't have me no goddamn group chats embarrassing me.
Like, y'all nigga ain't."
Yeah, you crazy about that nigga? What this? She got this nigga tattooed on him? What? Nigga wear socks and you don't get naked, you just wear socks with the balls on the back of his socks, booty socks? What? Hell no!
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Right.
So, okay, so you putting on your best performance.
Yeah, because I'm a representation of my woman. Why would I shortchange her representation? Her reputation means everything to me.
Oh my God.
I better do great.
That gets me because I'm like,
You what? Can you imagine if you underperform and girls and females in your group? They'd be like, "This girl crazy."
Girl, fine. Talk about my damn dick.
But then again, check this out too. They're like, "Why she keep bringing this nigga to this play party? You know he gonna fuck it up. Why she keep bringing this nigga? Why? Like, stop."
That is so.
You gonna make both of us just disappointed? This motherfucker?
We all agree. I gotta learn this because for me, I'm like, you don't do your best.
But the thing about it, you want to be like, "Oh, this is crazy. Stop bringing him. This is embarrassing." But you want to disappoint both of us. You better go ham and let them know because I am still. I would never jump ship off the representation of you.
True.
I'm a representation of your love and what we have together.
You bring a level of maturity that we don't see all the time.
Correct.
You really.
And then check this out. It's not just me. My woman is a girl's girl. She supports the woman's being pleased and being basically having an enjoyable session. It makes her feel good.
Mm-hmm.
It makes her feel good that another woman feels good to the full extent. She does not want to shortchange that. Mm-hmm. She wants that. She wants you to have the same thing that, same experience that she has consistently. And she wants to know that that she's not delusional, that you actually have that. Can you imagine a woman sitting with a guy who's basically, underperforming? So, "Oh, this is great." And he brings his underperformance and you're like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" You know what I mean? That's crazy.
What was when you were watching a video earlier and he said, "What the?"
Yeah, what the hell?
What the hell?
What the fuck? The Heliante?
Heliante.
Like, what's going on? Yeah, so.
Y'all, I am here with Kurt Rich. And he is talking all things relationship, all things vetting. We are talking accountability. Right. You said aesthetics.
Yeah, and
accessibility. About the LS. We just had a really good conversation.
Correct. Yeah.
And I have enjoyed it so much. You can catch the Boudoir Chronicles on Monday nights at 8 p.m. So Far Good does his show Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. We are watch our Us show this Tuesday coming at 8 p.m. We are going to be just giving y'all some of our take on LS. We're bringing in the other couples as well. This Saturday is the Boots on the Ground in Denton. That experience starts at 9:00, and that is the extreme party experience. So that's happening 9:00 Denton. So make sure you're there with your boots and make sure they're on the ground.
Right.
Sunday, right here at Lollapalooza, is the Don't You Can't Sit With Us party. And that is happening at 4 p.m. through 10 p.m. It is a swim party, so make sure you come ready to swim and enjoy. It is an 8-foot pool, so if you can't swim, you might want to hang out on.
So put that donut on.
Put your donut on. Put your donut on. So those are some of the things that we have going on. So Far Good and I will be heading out for my birthday trip. As soon as Kurt and I wrap up here, we are heading out. We're going to get on the road and we will share some of that experience with you guys. I know a lot of you watch us back. And I just want to say thank you for just supporting the Boudoir Baddies, supporting So Far Good and the Creep Show, supporting the Us Show. We have a lot of haters out there, Curtis.
Listen,
once I learned his real name, I'm Curtis.
Check this out. When it boils down to I've seen individuals, if you're not doing shit in life, you have no haters.
You have none.
You better be doing something. If you ain't got none, they have nothing to envy.
So he's so smart, y'all. He's so wise. He's been giving me nuggets all night. And I appreciate it. Like, I've been writing stuff down. He's talking about suppressing.
Right.
We have been suppressing who we are in the LS for so long, guys.
Right.
We talked. What it was another thing that you said to me. We talked about the exposure of this year, that we are in a year of things coming out.
Correct.
Coming out.
Right. Doors on the closet has no doors.
No doors on the closet anymore. You can hear the bones in there clicking.
Right.
The bones are clicking now because. Like, you can't hide it really too much anymore.
Right.
And the good thing about it, because that wheat and that tear gets separated, and you don't have nothing to do with it, it's just happening. So I'm telling people right now, be on the right side of whatever you do. Right. We know we're not involving no children in this adult thing. We know that we're not. We don't know means no, right?
Correct.
We don't want no Me Too's in this thing. Right. Do everything. We even talked about it. Whatever you do it in excellence, right?
Correct. No is an acronym. It means numerous opportunities.
Numerous opportunities.
No, use the word no. It means numerous opportunities. Right.
Numerous opportunities. Kurt, what keeps you accountable?
Keeps me accountable.
Hey, Nicole.
I have my own convictions. I have the things that when I leave everybody, I close my eyes at night and that holds me accountable as being a parent, as being a husband, as being somebody who I give advice to everybody in the LS. When I say everybody, every person that you probably idolize in the LS, every person that you probably get advice from, everybody who throws these parties. Me and them have a very personal relationship. I know all the good and the bad because I have a full private session with these individuals, even to this day, in the DFW area, who have these parties. Mm-hmm. The ones who basically set it up. I talk to all of them. Mm-hmm. And they come to me and they're like, okay, hey, this is going on. And I give that advice. I'm like a secret counselor or whatever, because a consultant. Secret love. Right. I'm all those things. So I know the good and bad. Mm-hmm. And I have to hold myself to the aspect of how people view me. Mm-hmm. But before it comes to other people, it has to do with me first. And no matter what, when you get to these vulnerable places, mm-hmm. whoever you are in your character is always going to show. Mm-hmm. You can't hide that. You can never hide being you. No matter how much you fake, no matter how much these niggas lie or these women lie, time reveals all.
Mm-hmm. And it will show on it.
It will.
We talked about that. Your slip is showing. Maybe the old folks used to tell women your slip is showing. That means you can't hide it anymore.
You cannot be yourself. You cannot not be yourself. Yeah. That's all there is to it. You're going to be yourself, whether it's good or bad, and it's going to show up.
And a lot of times you have to self-assess, right? Because if you find yourself in a lot of bullshit, a lot of times you are part of the bullshit. Yeah, exactly. Right? Exactly. But then we do know that there are times when you're just being who you are or whatever, and you're being hated on. That happens to people.
It happens all the time.
That happens
That's
all
a part
the
of
time.
success.
That's a part of success, right? Yeah. Elevation, success, growth, maturity, all those things, right? Correct. So we know, but what you have to learn to do is separate yourself from those things, and people will be haters, people will be jealous, people will be, but in order to Tia, I love Tia. I do too. She is a sweetheart. She's a sweetheart. In order to be anything in this life or in this world, you have to be accountable. Right. You have to be willing to accept critique.
And people accept that. People want real.
People want real.
People want real. They want somebody who relates to being human mm-hmm. in an aspect related to being perfect. We're tired of that slavery religion mm-hmm. in human beings. Mm-hmm. Show us that you can relate to us.
Are you able to change, Clay?
Yeah, I want to change.
What do you think about change?
Change, that's the only thing that basically goes with the future. If you're not able to change, you're not going to be a part of the future.
I heard someone say that change, no one really changes, you just get better at lying.
No, because adapting.
Or hiding it.
Well, that's because that's a character issue.
Mm.
If you're a liar, you're a character. If you lie here, you're going to lie there. Like somebody says, if you're corny, I can't uncorn you. You're going to always be corny. So
always gonna be corny.
Yeah, you can never. So for me, in the aspect, change is a part of evolution. It's just all there is to it. You know, if you're not able to change, you're gonna be stuck in a time frame. You seen that guy still? There's a man right now who's using Stay Flow on his jeans every day. He hasn't changed.
You talking about the storage?
The spray, yeah, the spray. There's a guy right now using Stay Flow.
Like them hard ass pants in the 90s.
He's walking down the hallway. Right now, that because he can't change. Right now, this second. You know what I mean? So change is a part of the future.
Okay. So do you feel that like change brings? What am I trying to say? So is change for you, or is it for that person? Can it be for both? Can it?
If it's not for you, it won't last forever. It won't last.
I like that.
If you change for other people, it will never last. It'll never be real. It will always basically go back. You gotta change for yourself. Now, change for a person is not true. It's not real. Mm-hmm. So that's one thing about it. I'm big on character. I'm big on, evolving and being better than who you were. Because at the end of the day, what are we doing on this earth? You have nothing to show for it. If you cannot give to the people behind you, you've been sitting here wasting your time.
Wow.
If you've been on earth for this long and you cannot pass on a jewel, then you've been on earth wasting your time. Pass something on. There's no success without a successor. The only way success leads if it's longevity, if it survives you.
Did you say this, Kurt, or did somebody else
me.
say
You can Google that. There is no success without a successor.
Without a successor.
Because if it died with you, it wasn't successful.
I'm writing notes. If it died with you,
it wasn't successful.
It wasn't success. And that is true. Oh my God. Kurt, will you do me a favor?
What's that?
Will you come back?
What? You see this stuff? You know what she has in this? Oh my God. I need this much time.
You're going to have 2 glasses.
Yeah, I love that.
You will come back and see me.
Of course.
I love it.
Of course.
We might have to even add you. I'm speaking out of turn. So far, they're going to get me.
Right.
We might have to put you on Cigar Talk too.
Okay. Whatever it is, I'm
I got to ask permission because that's not my show. But
whatever it is.
I feel like you would mesh well with those men as well. Like you have blessed me today. I love it. I love it. And I knew it was going to be like that because I can tell the type of person, the type of man you are, the things you say. And you pass by. You don't stay long. You say what you got to say and you go. But I've enjoyed our time today. You guys, Kurt is, like I said, he's an amazing person. He is a head on his shoulders. He's smart. He's a husband. He's a father. How many children you have?
4 altogether.
How are the ages? And what's
all my kids in the house, all 4 kids in the house. Actually now, one of my sons. My son is in Wichita Falls in the military, so now he's not in-house. I have a house full of girls now.
Ooh.
So it's my daughter, she turns 20.
Attitude, cycles.
Lord, when they start uniting, the cycles.
When the cycles get on
I'm like, hold up, y'all all got at the same time?
Yep. It will happen.
Jesus. And then after that, so I got 2 on the age of 3 right now. Me and my wife, we got 2 on the age of 3. It's nothing but unicorns, pink and purple love, and hearts and sing-alongs. I'm losing my mind.
Y'all got babies.
Yes, it's all this. Like, the evil witch has to be killed with a heart. I'm like, what? I gotta kill the president with a heart?
Kurt he is a father. He is a businessman. He is a husband. And I'm so glad we have his perspective here tonight. Again, this is a special edition of the Boudoir Chronicles. I have Deep Table Talks here, and Kurt Rich has been here with me today, and it has been an awesome evening. He's come in from Duluth, Georgia, and spent some time with the Boudoir Baddie. And I'm just so glad to have you. Thank you so much for being here. You can catch So Far Good on the Creep Show Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. This week coming Tuesday is the Us Show. You can catch both of us with our guest panel at 8 p.m. on Tuesday night. Saturday, you want to catch Boots on the Ground at 9 p.m. in Denton. And Sunday, Lollapalooza right here. You Can't Sit With Us party at 4 p.m. through 10 p.m. Kurt, any final words that you want to say to everybody here?
I appreciate all y'all. You always being watched when other people you don't realize it. And there's many different ways of being rich. I understand chasing money is very much important, but understand there's different ways of being rich. I think Bob Marley said it best. Some people are so some people are so poor, all they have is money. Mm-hmm. Some people are so poor, all they have is money. Understand how to contribute to your whole personality as a being, and whatever you're looking for, you'll always find it. So,
awesome.
Build yourself.
You heard it here on the Boudoir Chronicles. This has been Deep Table Talks with Kings. Kurt, thank you so much.
Oh, of course.
Oh, let me get some sugar. I think I knocked over everything.
No, you didn't. We're good. All right, y'all.
My baddie's booty has knocked over the seat.
See?
Oh, that was good. Thank you, Kurt. Oh, shit. I'm too drunk to get my chair. Oh, I'm not lying still. I'm still lying up.